Hello there, my name is Mark Miles, and I love helping trainers and presenters take their skills to the next level. And in this quick video, I just wanted to share about one simple thing that you can add to your workshops or your presentations to really make a critical difference in how much your audience is engaged in your content and your content delivery. Now, the idea that I want to share with you now is something I learned very, I guess, deep into my career. It took me about 4 or 5 years to understand and to really adopt as a presenter and as a trainer. And it's not something that comes quickly and easily to people, but when you master this concept, suddenly you show up and you appear very differently to your audience. And what you need to appreciate is, as a learner, there is something that will keep you on the edge of your seat. There's something above all else that's going to keep you in a state of wanting to know more. And when you, as a facilitator, can tap into that concept and deliberately and intentionally use this concept, your presenting skills are definitely going to go to the next level. And for me, when I first started presenting, I often fell into the trap of being a teacher. Now, being a teacher is fine, but sometimes with being a teacher, we fall into the trap of wanting to give away too much information too soon. And I want to share with you a concept that transformed the ability, well, my ability to truly engage an audience. And I really hope that through watching this video, you can adopt this concept and go away and get some really powerful results as well. And so I want to share with you a concept. Now, this concept is the underlying factor or reason why you cannot stop watching Game of Thrones, or you have to finish your favorite book, or you have to listen through the ad break on TV, or you have to, listen through the ad break on the radio as you're wondering what could happen next. And you're constantly thinking, oh my gosh, where is this going? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You see, that being in that state of wonder and anticipation is where we want to have our audiences. And your ability as a trainer, facilitator, coach, mentor, delivering from stage to create one thing, one ultimate thing is going to make you stand out all the more. And that one thing, I wonder what that one thing could be. Yes, that one thing is, grab a pen, write this down. It's a big concept called suspense. You see, your ability to actually create artful suspense in a training room or in a workshop will make you stand out above all other trainers out there. And it is very simple to create suspense, but the thing that we need to understand is, one of my mentors once told me, premature knowledge is one of the worst things that can happen. Premature knowledge is one of the worst things that could happen. And it took me a long time to understand that, but eventually I understood that if I gave away too much information too soon, then people were going to check out. And what I had to get very good at is being able to deliberately decide, when was I going to give away the punchline? When was I going to give away the aha moment or the connections that someone needed to have? And the better I could actually get at actually deciding the timing around the messaging, for some reason, the more engagement happened. And I like to use the metaphor of, young children, when they're being told a story, and say, a mother or a father or even a kindergarten teacher is telling a story to children, they don't say, okay, now I'm going to tell you a story about Goldilocks, and at the end, this is going to happen, but let me tell you the story anyway. Okay. Now, generally, we don't do that, right? We hold the end until the end, all right? Because otherwise, children would just disengage, or even adults would disengage, because they're like, well, why do I need to listen? And the other time that I really noticed this happen was when I was watching YouTube clips, okay? And I started to realize, for example, when people would teach marketing or even copywriting skills, maybe the video was 6 minutes long, but The art of great YouTube, I guess, filming, or the great art of making a great YouTube clip is being able to hold someone's attention and hold it until the very end. And I started to notice if the quick clip was 6 minutes long, generally the first 4 minutes was about building up the problem. It was about building up the reason to listen. And then the last couple of minutes was only about what the secrets are or what the shortcuts are or what the thing is, right? And I realized that as a presenter or as a trainer running workshops, I had to get better actually building the value, build, so that people would actually then listen to what I was going to say. And I think that's the great shift between teaching and presenting and training. Okay. And if you can get artful in your ability to build suspense, then everything transforms in the training room. So here are three simple ways that you can build even more suspense in your training room. Okay. First one, grab a pen, write this down. So number one is blanks. Okay. BLANKS. All right. Blanks. All right. So what I mean by that is if you can strategically put blanks on your slides, and that could be simply putting half the word and then filling it out as you teach the concept to the group, or putting just the first letter of the word. Another thing is just putting up an image and just leaving the image and getting people to wonder what it could be. But just leaving the image up there is going to create a sense of wonder and anticipation. If you're teaching a model, okay, have the model up there, but don't explain the model until you are actually teaching the model. All right, but leave the model up there and have blanks with the model, like draw lines to the model, but leave things blanked out. So people are wondering what's coming next. All right. If you're using a handout, give out the handout, but don't put all the information on the handout. Why would you do that? Right. Because if you leave information off, it's going to build suspense and people are going to wonder. They're going to look at it. They're going to be forcibly engaged. Second thing, you want to what I call sell the slide, show the slide. 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 You might be wondering, what am I talking about? Essentially, sell the slide, show the slide is a great way to think about PowerPoints. Okay. And when you are using PowerPoints or flip charts, I personally love flip charts because they're a lot easier to actually build suspense with. But with PowerPoints, you can certainly still build suspense. So with PowerPoint though, what often happens though is that we show the slide and people are already looking at it and they've got premature knowledge. They've already decided what it means and what it is, right? So with PowerPoints, certainly put in blanks, but another thing you can do is sell the slide, show the slide. What does that look like? Or what does it sound like? Well, it sounds like this. Hi guys, I'm now about to show you a really cool concept, and it's a concept that really transformed my life, and I've got so much out of it after I implemented. These are the results that I got, and here it is. Show the slide, right? All right, next thing we're going to go on to is this, and this, and this, and here it is. Okay, so it's basically flipping the idea of when to reveal information. And traditional presenting would go, okay, here it is, now I explain it. Well, what I want to encourage you to do is explain it or build the value of it, then show it. Okay. That's what I call sell the slide, show the slide. The third thing, or the third way that we can build suspense really deliberately and powerfully, is getting used to doing it verbally and doing it linguistically when we're teaching. So what I mean by that is essentially, so we're now going to go into something that was quite straightforward when I first learned it, but I didn't really understand how powerful it could be. And this thing that we're about to go into, before we go into it, let me tell you a quick story about how it transformed my life and how I used it not even 2 weeks ago and got a great result with it. Tell story, tell story, tell story. Okay, full stop. Now, that would be an example of building up suspense before you tell them what the thing is. Okay. So essentially, if there is no why, then why would you tell them the thing? Okay. Or if there is no build up to it, then when people hear the thing, it's just going to be white noise. All right. So one thing you really want to get good at as a presenter or a trainer or a public speaker is being able to build value and suspense before you give away your punchline or your thing or your recipe or your 7 tips or your 3 strategies or your shortcuts to, or whatever it might be. All right. And where people really go wrong is that they present content without context, or they present information that just they have no answer to the whiffum for the audience, right? So you've got to be able to artfully build suspense, and the better you can do that, the more your audience is going to be hooked in to whatever you're sharing with them. Okay, so for me, this transformed my workshops. It transformed my presentations because it kept people engaged, wanting to know more. And the better you can do this, the better people are going to be, walking away thinking, wow, there was something different about that person and their presentation. And I really want to encourage you to start thinking about, okay, where can I build in even more suspense into my presentations or trainings or workshops? Because it's going to make all the difference. And I would have to say, it wasn't until 4 years into my career as a public speaker presenter that I realized this. And intuitively, I knew it, but it wasn't until someone from stage actually said, the key to engagement is suspense. And I finally got it. I finally understood why I was captivated when I was watching marketing videos. I finally understood why I couldn't stand not knowing what happened to characters in TV series. I finally understood why I had to, push that extra hour to watch through the next episode of whatever TV series I was watching, right? So when you can artfully use suspense, your entire game goes to the next level as a trainer, public speaker, facilitator, whatever you like to call yourself, over the, overarching banner of educator. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you got something out of it. And if you did, like, subscribe, you know what to do. And I wonder what the next video could be about. I wonder what I'm going to talk about next time. Stay tuned and find out. All right, bye for now.